All right, hit it, Dallas.
All right, all right. So, if somebody could cue up my word activity, please. There we go. So, we want to know, folks, what was your favorite thing about Summer Works? So, in order to respond, you can visit that website at the top, polev.com/Lexi LaChapa 775. Or you can text Lexi LaChapa 775 to 22333. And then, of course, you can text your message. So, you know what? While we're doing this, I'm going to go ahead and change the song because I'm sure none of you, most of you, 99% of you, don't even know what I'm listening to right now. So, guys, get those phones out. We know you got them. We know you do. The staff, awesome, awesome, awesome. You kept busy, that's for sure. Hopefully, we didn't work you too much. Interviews, good answer. So, we're really, oh, staff just got even bigger. We're pulling some real value out of this. Mentee, future. Uh-oh, I saw Dave's name on there somewhere.
Oh,
Dave is just mixing all up. The jokes, see, Dave's jokes. That's what it has to be. People, development mentors, engagement. Someone said everything. Awesome. Awesome. You guys are wonderful. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Mentors has gotten real big. Staff's got real big. Civic engagement. Yeah, we spent a little time on that, didn't we?
uh,
Let's see what else we got. Reflections, kids, Keith, Zoe. Uh-oh, Zoe. Your name's getting pretty big in there. Lexi. Got Steve. Uh-oh, Bree hit the chat. Lexi, looks like you're a fan favorite here. You and Zoe are fan favorites.
oh,
Uh-oh, there's one for Dave. Don't get Dave started. We know how you cold ballers are. We know how you cold ballers are. So let's just take another few moments, just another few moments to see if we can get any other answers in. Did everybody go? Yeah, see, look at that. We got some co-baller representation over there. Okay. All right. So if Ryan Seacrest, way to go, Bree. So if that is everyone, I'd like to thank you. AC is no longer accepting responses. So now we're going to take this next portion and hear from some employers. There we go. So we'll be hearing from Sasa Akerval and Ben Bloomfield. You all can take it away.
Well, thank you everyone for having us and for letting us be a part of the celebration and also for letting us be a part of your summer. And what a cool thing you just did, Dallas. That was awesome. Never seen that. So we are Akerval Technologies. That doesn't tell you anything about what we do, but we do mouth guards for sports and for dentistry and for certain procedures in the operating room where you have to go through the mouth with heavy instruments. And our brands are Sisu Mouth Guard, Sova Night Guard, and Intuguard. And we've been around for 11 years now. We actually had a big 10-year anniversary this past fall. So some of you might hear my slight accent. Don't mock me because it bothers me. I'm from Sweden. The whole family moved here in 2004, and a few years after that, our daughter was going to play field hockey and she needed a mouth guard. And I ran into the store and got one of those really big, bulky, monkey looking kind of mouth guards. And my husband, who is he is an ear, nose, and throat doctor, and he does a lot of surgery in the head and neck area. He's a cancer surgeon, and he had been working with a prototype for to protect his patient's teeth. So he said, let's not use that thing. That looks silly, and it's not going to do anything. So how about we take my prototype and try it on our daughter? And we did, and it worked very, very well. So she loved it, and her teammates loved it, and opposing teams loved it. And we figured out that we kind of had something going here. So with a little help from Ann Arbor Sparks, we figured out who our target market was. And so we set up shop at a tournament for roller derby, believe it or not. And within a few minutes, we had a line out the door, and that is when it hit us. We probably had something here that could make its way out of the operating room, where it's just been a prototype, into the hands of sports people all over the world. And that's where we've been living the last decade. But we also, because of our customers called us and said that they used our mouth guard as a night guard. So that kind of was a spin-off on our mouth guard. So we had help of our customers along the way, and here we are. Started out by the kitchen table, and we were 19 before the pandemic hit. And can you imagine what happens when they cancel all sports worldwide and we are a sporting goods company? It was not pretty. So we had to send everybody home for a little while, but somebody came up with a great idea. Why don't we make face shields instead? So that's what we did. Within 2 weeks, we were up and running, making face shields. And remember how I said we were 19 before the pandemic hit? Well, May and June of this year, we were 130, all making face shields. So, it was really cool to see how that just grew. And Ben can talk more about what happened and how we ended up with big orders. And that's where you wonderful interns came in and helped us grow. Anyhow, we have a line of PPE now. We also are still, of course, working with our core products. We have new things coming this fall. We have a bright future ahead, but this pandemic can go away anytime. I'm telling you. I think you all agree with me. So yeah, short story of a long story. Feel free to ask me questions in the chat if you want. But meanwhile, I will introduce to you my fabulous sales manager, Ben Bloomfield.
Hey guys, so my name is Ben, and I'm the sales manager here at Ackerball Technologies. I had the pleasure of working with both Safa, hey Safa, and Jeremiah. Hey Jeremiah, couldn't find you on the page, but I saw your name in there, so good to see you guys on here. We had 2 great interns this summer, and I was the one kind of managing both of them, and it was a ton of fun. So I'll continue our story a little bit, going off of what Sasa was discussing. Over the years that we've been in business, I've been here since 2016. So this is my first pandemic as sales manager, hopefully my last. And over the years that we've been in business, we've gotten used to like a really normal sales cycle. We have our distributors, we have our big box retailers. Don't need to go into the details, but some element of normalcy is what we've kind of gotten used to over the years. Like I think we all have in our line of work. And once this pandemic hit, for us, really affected pretty significantly in March. And as Sasa said, we had to pivot to selling our face shields, really quickly. For me, this meant we had to change our sales strategy. I also found out around the same time that we were going to have not 1, but 2 fabulous interns for the summer. So I knew I had a fun challenge ahead. I've never had to manage a virtual intern before, completely remote. And now we were going to have 2 to manage. So that was a cool project for me personally. And so I started off the summer with kind of 2 main tasks at hand. I had to develop some worthwhile projects for my interns, and then I also had to create a brand new sales strategy for our face shields, the PPE. So as many people do, you know, when they're facing a challenge in modern times, they turn to technology, and that's exactly what we did. We added some software to our tech stack and developed some processes for using that stuff very quickly. I'm talking, we added some business to business databases, we added some social media tools so that we could gain influencers and gain some notoriety with our new and our existing brands. But whenever you add a new software, you have to kind of use it and you have to ramp up using it very quickly. And this is where our interns really came into play. So the nice thing about having two, both of you guys did a great job. And even though you didn't always interact directly, it was nice because we got to employ our interns to do both direct research into this new market that we're facing during a pandemic, and also scrub these new technology and software databases for, you know, leads essentially to help us, because we didn't have any relationships in these new markets and we needed to hit the ground running very quickly. So the timing for our summer works in SASA, I don't know if I've ever had interns before, but I think this was our first summer doing summer works, as far as I know, as a company. So it really couldn't have come at a better time for us. And I don't know, guys, you really did a great job. You were a huge help to me and our company. And when I say that you were crucial and I don't know what I would have done without you, I'm really not kidding. So it was a great summer. The research that you did, the contacts that you found for us, it was fabulous. So that's about it that I have to say. And same as Sasa, if you want to ask me questions, please do so in the chat, and I'll be here for a little while. So thanks,
Again,
everyone.
thank you very much for letting us be a part of this whole summer and lending us your intern. It was wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben, and thank you, Sasa, for such a great experience working with you guys.
All righty. Can we give them some?
It's been a really, really great time.
Can we give them some thumbs up or some hand claps, some reactions, or, you know, just give them a round of applause. You know, they work just as hard as everyone else to make sure that you all have had a fantastic summer, and I hope you truly did. They took time out of their schedule to be here with us to kind of explain their process and, you know, what's been going on. And we just truly, truly, truly appreciate them and everything that they've been doing for us. So thank you. Thank you. So now we're going to hear from a mentor speaker, and that would be, let me let that load up. There we are. We're Trisha Pachowski.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So I'm Trisha Pachowski. I work at Michigan Medicine at a big institute funded by the National Institutes of Health. I work in community engagement, and my institute's name is the Michigan Institute for Clinical and Health Research. What we do is make connections between community organizations and academics to do research together on meaningful kind of questions around health. So it starts with the community. If the community wants to impact youth health, that's what we try to help them get funding around and find academics to do work. So my background is I have actually 3 masters. So for all of those out there that want to go to school forever, but I have 3 masters, one in African Studies from UCLA, and then I have a master's in public health and a master's in social work from the University of Michigan. So I think those help me to kind of help the students and kind of, you know, talk about career paths, not always academic, but kind of just have a sprinkling of different experiences that I can help kind of give to the interns I've had in the past and the mentee I have currently. So I have been involved with Summer Works probably since the beginning of it. Julia Weinert sent me an email years ago and said, hey, do you want to be involved? And I said, sign us up. So I've had a couple of years of students being placed at my organization, as well as this year I was asked to be a co-mentee or co-mentor. See, I've already confused my role. But I think what keeps me coming back is Summer Works, your commitment to young people. You guys are so amazing. You provide so much support for the youth in the way that they need it, so meaningful ways. You build capacity in lots of different ways, both personal and professionally. And I just think that energy comes across to the people involved, and it keeps them coming back because you guys just do a solid effort for the young people that you serve. I think what also keeps me coming back is the energy that the young people have that are placed with me. They just bring so much positive energy, just a willingness to learn. And I can see their skills growing throughout the summer. And I think I learn from them. That's been a big thing. Like, I get so many new skills from them every summer, even with a different role. But last summer, our interns were able to help us launch a new service. If we didn't have them, we wouldn't have been able to do that. And they kind of saw things differently too. So I think like thinking outside the box or having new lenses in our work is just critical, especially in my work to improve health in our communities. What else? So this summer I served as a co-mentor to Aminata Kaba, who's a rising junior at Ypsi High. And I loved being her mentor. I was initially worried, like, how am I gonna be a mentor to someone online, like virtually? I'll never be with her in the same room. And I was a little worried about that, but we overcame that really quick. And I think there's a couple things that we did that kind of helped us, and it's consistency, meeting every week, making sure we were on the same page about goals that we wanted to accomplish in the summer, and having fun. I think that's always helpful, you know, like being accepting of weird noises in the background or small people appearing. And, you know, we're still serious about it, but our lives have changed. So I guess flexibility. And Aminata's goals this summer was to explore careers in medicine, as well as gain communication skills. So the mentors, Ellen is the other one, and you know, we kind of tag team that. So I focused on careers in medicine, and then Ellen focused on communication skills with Aminata. So we were able to do so much in just the few weeks we had together. I identified an anesthesiologist, and Aminata interviewed him, and he's pretty much told her that he'll be there for her as a mentor in her career for at least 15 years. So that was really exciting. We were kind of like cheering quietly and silently. Another thing she focused on was communication. And while that wasn't really my focus with her, I was able to connect her to our communications director last week. And he did a presentation for both the mentors and Aminata. And we learned so much about what makes a great presentation. So really this has been a bi-directional partnership this summer. And I thank you guys for just SummerWorks, for all the resources you've given us as an organization and giving me personally. But I want to thank Aminata too, because she's been so amazing as a rock star this summer.
There we go. There we go. There we go. I have returned. Let's do it one more time, folks. Let's get these reactions. Let's get the hand claps. Let's get the thumbs up. Let's thank Ms. Pachowski for not only speaking to us, but for sticking with us for so very long, because it's quite the ride. It's quite the ride. You guys would be actually surprised to see how much work, how much time, how much preparation, how much effort goes into these things. And again, I can't stress it enough. We do this for you. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you again. So next we have a youth speaker, and it's Dora James, everyone. Dora.
Hi.
All right, Dora.
Hi, I'm Dora James. I guess I should start kind of from the beginning. So last year around January or February, I was speaking to a family friend of mine about kind of what I was going to do for the summer. And my answer was pretty much nothing. Just sit around, probably stay up super duper late. And I remember she told me just straight up, "You're going to be working this summer." And I was like, that's insane because I have zero work experience. So I'm not interviewing with anybody. And later on that week, she sent me the link to apply for the Michigan Works program. And I genuinely had no clue what I was getting myself into. Like, I was just like, okay, whatever, like, I'll do it. And I remember from the first meeting that we had, the first professional development meeting, I was terrified. Like, I walked in just like filled with anxiety. I had no clue what to expect. And out of that came like one of the most amazing experiences of my life. Like, without this program, I genuinely have no clue where I'd be or what I would be doing. And last summer, I was able to work. Well, I had my first job as a librarian at the University of Michigan Libraries, and I'm still kind of like on their payroll there, so I can come back at any time, you know, do a few hours there. And this summer, I had the privilege of interning for a company called Practice Solutions. And I am majoring in psychology and minoring in sociology. And Practice Solutions is a medical billing company focused towards private counseling practices, and it's perfect. And honestly, it's like a whole section that you'll just never learn. Like, billing is something that like people just don't talk about in general. And fortunately, I got offered a permanent position, so I'll continue there going into my school year, and I'm super duper excited about that. But I genuinely would not be here without the program. Like, all of the success coaches put so much work into how we develop. You know, they all make sure that we know what we're doing, feel confident in what we do and where we go in our lives. And they're always there to, like, you know, hype us up a bit, give us any help that we need. They're always offering like letters of recommendations, like, and we got hooked up to some of the most amazing mentors ever. Like, I was talking earlier to Lexi and Donna about how perfect our mentors were, because we were just like, it's like magic. Like, how did they know exactly what we wanted? And that's how personalized the entire experience is. They're working with tons and tons of kids, but they make sure that each and every one of us has what we need to go further. And that's what I love most about the program. I got my brother to join it. He's going to do it again next year. I might be back next year. I'm trying to get more people to join because honestly, like, it's worth it. Like, it is one of the most amazing things that you can do for yourself. So, yeah.
Third time's a charm, folks. Hand claps, thumbs up. Let's give it up for Dora. So what you all have just seen, of course, you participated in this program. For those of you who are mentors, who might be other employers, we've all just seen three fantastic examples, three different perspectives of this Summer Works program. Presentations of our package, our total package here, from employers to mentors to youth. And if I could get one more round of applause for everybody, I simply just want to say thank you. So now we'll continue on with our program here. And we're going to see some of our other youth participants. So you guys know I like to have a little bit of fun. So we're going to talk about it. Addison, see a family pic. Matter of fact, Addison challenged me to Smash Brothers, guys. Y'all don't know what, maybe what that is, but you know, Allison, one of our stars here, fantastic. We keep going. Addison, not Addison, Nada, with the colorful, pretty background. She's motivated by her parents, amongst other things, of course. We have Antonia. She gave us a Tupac quote. Nice, nice. What we're gonna do, folks, also is, we know we're moving kind of quickly. Ariel, she has similar taste in music to me. She holds a special place. She knows what I'm talking about. But this presentation, it's gonna be put in the chat. We're gonna send it out. You can keep going with the youth as well. So we can kind of go back and we can read these things and we can learn a little bit more. We've got Miss Avery. She enjoys the connections that she made. Excuse me. Yeah, we can keep going. Yep. Mr. Jones, Brandon Jones. He likes learning about all of the different aspects of, being a professional. It was great. It was great. He liked the money. I saw that. Miss Personality. Look at that, Brie. With a little picture. We got a little tank on, looking real summertime fly. The pretty pink. We're gonna send this to Ryan Seacrest, by the way. We can keep going. Krista Bell, Afrocentric. I like that with the puffs. Go girl. Her favorite thing about summer was, though she was stuck, she still got time to. She still had the time to spend with her family and friends and stuff. Miss Dana, favorite thing she learned importance was saving money. Oh, Frank Sinatra, nice. The best revenge is massive success. Yes, yes, yes. Get that, get that, get that. In what she learned from this summer, she learned what an informational interview was. I was lucky enough to complete 2. That's because you're awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Heba, she was in my little group today. We had a nice little talk about many points reflecting just on this summer. She likes that the staff and the mentors were friendly. Jack. Jack is on top of it, guys. Jack is all right with me. PS4, let's wait for that PS5. We're on the way. Black Panther, some gaming, some Teen Titans, some fresh fruit. Oh, and we've got somebody looks like he's doing some physical therapy there. We can keep going. Jasmine, yep, talk to Jasmine every week too. Hey, Jazz. Something she liked about Summer Works was the fact that she could learn new skills from both mentors and success coaches. She's out here utilizing her resources. She can do all things through Christ who strengthens her. I like that. I like that. Jeremiah, look at that. Look at that with the tie on. I think this might be the first tie I've seen because I don't wear mine anymore. I don't know. I'm weird like that. He likes that the employer taught him to use Excel. So that means I should come get lessons from you. And the mentor taught him how important it was to follow through and how he should start, how he should start his career. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Josh. So Josh, I've had the pleasure of working with Josh before. He's a great guy. Favorite thing about Summer Works for him was civic engagement. Great answer, Josh. He enjoyed all the PDs, which is professional development, especially learning about fact checking and how to find real objective sources of information. Awesome. Thank you, thank you. And we've got Cameron. Cameron, this summer, she learned a lot of what to expect in workplaces. I wish I had that sneak peek. Cam, take this info, take these resources and run, run, run. And by the way, my background music, you might not be able to hear it. It's provided by Usher. We're entertaining all day here, folks. Hopefully you're having a great time because we're loving to see you. Next slide, please. Natori, another one. She's on my team, guys. Favorite thing she enjoyed was meeting with the mentors. They taught her that it's okay to explore things in life. I hope you guys are really taking in these gems that success coaches, that employers, that mentors are telling you. I learned a lot of my stuff from like television, or hearing them in my older years. Not necessarily too late, but they're giving them to you at a very prime life so you all can really, really hit the ground running and take care of the 5, 6, 7 of us as we go and get a little bit older and we think retirement. We're calling every single one of you all for a donation. I'm just letting you all know that right now. Next slide, please. Owen was one of our top performers in one of our games. I think that was the midsummer. Owen was really getting it in, brother. Yes, you were. The staff and the participants are all great. Amazing guests. Can't forget them. The number one thing about Summer Works is how amazing everyone is, especially the staff. Owen, this is why you are all right with me. Next slide, please. Pat. It's good, Pat. Working on enough mentally. That is a really, really good thing. self-care. Self-care is quite important, man. I don't even really have anything else to say with that. I'm thrown by that. Thank you, Pat. My man RJ. Inside joke, RJ Durag sitting right here next to me trying to be like you, man. You already know how that goes. Favorite thing about summer for RJ is that he was working virtually from home and he had to use self-control to stay focused and to pace himself. That sounds like self-care. Sounds like you're teaching yourself, utilizing your resources, and you're taking advantage of it, man. I've worked with RJ a few years. He's a great guy, and everyone he works with loves him. I mean, what can you say? Tyler. Oh, we got Tyler and Joy. 1 second, getting the box out of my way. There it is. Tyler enjoyed learning about the process of finding and securing a job. Tyler is trying to get his money. He's not playing around. He's got houses and boats and motorcycles to buy. And, you know, Tyler's got a plan. Tyler's going to do it. Participant recognition continue. So, of all of the lovely, lovely, lovely youth that we have, these are some of the others that some are not able to be here with us. They had other things going on, money to make, people to see, things to do. We had Dula, Andrew, Salissa, Christina, Devin. Matter of fact, I saw Devin. Dora, absolutely. And Moria, Fawn, Hunter, Ibn. Ibn will not let you forget that his school won with the championship last year. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say it for him. Jamie, Jordan, Josette, Mari, Marlena, May, Safa, Sadatu, Tyler. Next slide, please. Looks like I ran through it. Just wanted to make sure I definitely gave everybody their flowers. Wanted to make sure I gave everyone and said everyone's name just so they know that they're loved, that they're recognized. And although some of them couldn't be here, we're still rooting and representing here for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now, next on our agenda, we're moving on from the youth participants to our employer and mentor recognition kickoff. And one of my favorite people at my place of employment, Ms. Peg Windsor. Miss Peg.
You're on mute, Peg.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, we can. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. Excuse me all. Dallas, it's really hard to compete with you. I feel so underdressed. I forgot my fur. I'm just a mess. Anyway, everyone, welcome this evening. I want to thank all of the youth for being here, but I also want to thank and recognize the employers and the mentors who were so instrumental in making this program a success. And I thank you for joining us because you know what? This is a celebration of our first virtual SummerWorks internship program. How about that? You have a first. In partnership with the University of Michigan, Michigan Works, Southeast, Amy Cell Talent, we have so many dedicated success coaches, career advisors, program leads, Washtenaw County, and so many others that are in the scenes behind that have done so much. We're very thankful. But what we want to thank especially that made this program so very special are you, the employers and mentors. I don't know if we could have pulled this off as successfully without you. I thank you so much, but because of you, this program was able to materialize. And I am so proud, and I hope you are as well. We have accomplished something that we did in a month. We went from getting employers to hire to having to do it virtually. and you stepped up, and I thank you for that so much, as do all of us. The youth, I thank you for taking this on and being part of this program, because again, we couldn't have done it without all of us working together. So in the words of Dallas, employers and mentors, it's with great gratitude that we thank you for the experience and sharing all of your knowledge with the youth. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Back to you, Dallas.
All right, all right. Now we're gonna swing this thing over to one of my other favorite people that I don't work with every day, but I see on a weekly basis with this Summer Works thing, Miss Jordan.
Thanks, Dallas. I'm also not at all sure how I follow any of this up. I don't have the fur coat. I don't have the glasses. I don't have the swag that Dallas has, but I'm going to try anyways. I had the pleasure of getting to meet with all of our employers this summer and have some one-on-one conversations. So I am going to continue along on this employer love train here. And so just to kind of start off and to continue some of the things that Peg shared, and also you all gave me a really great segue, which was not planned at all, but I think fits in really well. Something that I've been thinking a lot about, and I think I share this with Zoe, is like a quote that's really important to us, but I heard a speaker once share that access without support is not an opportunity. And when I think about SummerWorks and everything that we do and everything our team has accomplished, I think that we really live into that. We provide so much one-on-one support and meeting, you know, not just with our young people, but with our employers. We try to do it with our mentors, but I also want to say that that support does not just stop with our staff team. A lot of that comes directly from our folks who take on a young person and, you know, not just supervise them, but end up mentoring them throughout the summer. And then this year we also added on a lot of mentors that I'll hand it off for Zoe to talk about in a little bit. But I think we all kind of share this, right? COVID presented lots of challenges and uncertainty. I know when this all happened and the first stay-at-home orders were issued, we were really not sure what this program was going to look like, let alone if it could happen at all. And thanks to the overwhelming amount of support that we received from the community and employers and local professionals, we really did accomplish a lot. Even in the midst of a hiring freeze at the University of Michigan, we were able to offer so many of what I hope to be really meaningful opportunities for young adults in our community to gain employment, build, you know, these professional networks, develop essential skills that they'll take on in whatever their next step is. And we could not have accomplished any of the things that we've done without the support and generosity of everyone who's dedicated their time and energy to supervising our SummerWorks participants. So if we go to the next slide, I wanted to highlight a few things that I think are pretty impressive. So we can go to the next slide, please, Lexi. So we had local businesses dedicate their time and resources to create 15 virtual internships. And I know from personal experience that I have a hard enough time managing myself in this virtual environment. So thank you for taking on an additional intern and doing things completely over Zoom or Microsoft Teams or the phone, or however you all are making things happen in this virtual reality. We also invested over $55,000 in local young people, either through wages that they earned from their internships or stipends for others who participated in SummerWorks, which is pretty amazing that we pulled these things together in just a few months. And then the last thing is our supervisors and our mentors ended up investing over 2,500 hours worth of supervision and mentorship over the course of this 8-week summer program. And so this is not just 2,500 hours. It means 2,500 hours of building connections, investing in people's professional development, exploring these career opportunities, and helping people develop new skills. These are a lot of hours worth of opportunities to help our next generation grow and be even more successful in whatever's next. So because I had the privilege of meeting with all of our employers, I did want to take a few minutes for each one and just kind of go through them, highlight their interns, and some key things that I thought were really great. We also had some young people submit testimonials and quotes about their employers. So I'm going to go ahead and go through those really quick. So the first one, we had our fabulous speakers earlier from Acroval Technologies. So Ben Bloomfield, the sales development manager, was the main supervisor. As he mentioned, he worked with Jeremiah Williams and Safa Salman. Safa helped with a project focused on brand promotion by identifying social media influencers. And Jeremiah constructed a report on return to play guidelines so that Acroval could be ready and sort of understand when and how athletes were going to return to playing sports. And so Jeremiah submitted a quote, not to put anybody on blast, but I really love them, so I'm going to share some of them. He said that the knowledge that Acroval provided with him this summer will help make him stronger and more prepared in the future. So thanks to Acroval and Ben and Sasa. We can go to the next one. So Amy Sell Talent, they did not only take an intern this summer, but Amy Sell herself is on our steering committee, has been a fabulous partner, helped identify a lot of these virtual internships. But Sarah Helmich is the chartered financial analyst for Amy Sell Talent. She worked with Devin Reed Twist this summer. And Devin worked on reviewing Amy Sell Talent's website, their social media accounts, and their newsletters. And Devin says that, quote, Sarah has not only given her interesting and beneficial projects to work on, but has also given opportunities to help her be more successful in the long run. And so kind of the theme that I picked up on, and I hope I'm sharing with all of you, is that these are not just typical summer jobs. I always love when we do some of our orientations with everyone and people share their first jobs, and mine was in retail. And these are nothing like that, which is pretty amazing. So we can go to the next slide. We have Arbor Assays. So Madison Douglas, the marketing specialist, she was the main supervisor this summer. Also wanted to recognize Heather Jackson, who's the business manager. And their intern was Marlena McKay, which I don't think we could have found a more ideal person for them to work with this summer. Marlena worked on numerous data keeping projects for Arbor Assays, and I actually will quote Madison here for something she shared with me. So Marlena turned all of their data into beautiful organized spreadsheets. So she did a lot of important work that some might, feel like is busy work, but never complained about it and did a really phenomenal job and something that's going to help them long after Marlena's internship is over. We can go to the next slide. So Spark East, Ann Partington is the Director of Entrepreneurial Services at the Spark East Innovation Center. She came in a little bit later in the summer and was supervising Donna DeCan. Donna is actually also staying on during the school year. I just learned that today, so congrats to Donna as well and all of our young people who will be staying on in their internships. Donna primarily worked on a return to work document that kind of outlined things as 5 easy steps for Spark clients. We can go to the next one. So again, we have 2 fabulous people to recognize here from Arbor Moon Software. So Dave Koziel is the president and owner. Rob Baxtresser was doing most of the kind of on-the-ground supervising. He's the vice president for business development and mobile strategist. They worked with Celisa Thompson. She compiled a list of companies in Southeast Michigan that could be potential targets for Arbor Moon's future marketing strategies. And Rob did share with me that she was often more competent with the cloud and the G Suite than he was. So I think it's pretty safe to say that they both learned a lot from each other over the summer. We can go to the next slide, which is for the Corner Health Center. So Camila Davis Wilson is the Community Outreach and Youth Development Manager. She worked with Jamie Villalobos over the summer. And again, pretty perfect match. Jamie is actually getting an MPH from Emory. So this worked out really well and was a great match with her skill sets. And Camila shared that Jamie basically had an opportunity to do everything that she is interested in and studying right now with the Corner. So she primarily worked on facilitating the Corner's summer nutrition program. And Jamie shared that, quote, Camila has given her great advice and given her lessons about the workplace that she will carry with her into her future. And we can go to the next slide. So we have Jefferson Computers. Mateen Jaffer is the CEO and owner. He worked with Jordan Wadley. Yeah, I see Julia says that Jamie was her mentee. Jordan, sorry, I lost my place here. So in talking with Mateen specifically, and this was kind of a theme that I picked up on through a lot of my conversations, not just with our employers, but our mentors. How invested you all are in making sure that the young people have a really positive experience, more so than even like getting a really solid deliverable, right? And so that's something that stuck out to me with Mateen. He was so concerned about just making sure that the work that Jordan was doing was really meaningful and was aligned with his interests and helped him build important skills. And so he ended up working on revamping their website for them and some social media things as well. So that was also a pretty great placement. We can go on to the next slide, which is Orange Splash Technologies. So Peter and Beth Lowers are the CEO and project manager respectively for Orange Splash. They hired 2 interns this summer. So they had Avery Treglone and Mari Davis. Mari and Avery were both a couple more examples of some data warriors this summer. So one of their projects focused on research around disaster preparedness and safety kits. And they helped build sort of a critical database that might help us better understand what we would need to meet, other, or hopefully not, but any future disasters such as COVID-19. We can go to the next slide. Practice Solutions. So Dora already introduced this one for us, but Eliza Wingfield is the service delivery manager. She supervised Dora this summer. Dora worked on their client software platform, and also I heard created a lot of automated and virtual models for some first aid training sessions that their new hires are required to complete. And Dora shared that Practice Solutions, quote, truly cares for their clients and wants to help them in any way that they can. We can go on to the next slide. I'm almost done here, I promise. Social good promotions. So again, we have 2 folks to recognize. Roger Burnett is the founder and Kara Keister is a promotional professional. They employed 2 interns, so RJ Hunt and Seydou Sisse this summer. RJ was responsible for podcasting and social media, and Seydou was really set loose on making some cold calls in the thick of social good promotion sales efforts. So both RJ and Seydou shared how much they appreciated working in what they call an extremely motivating environment this summer. Then we can go on to the next and our last employer to recognize. So Andrew DeLue from Washtenaw County is the executive assistant to the county administrator. He also worked with 2 interns this summer, Amoria Kimball and Christina Lynn, on a few projects that, again, I think were truly beneficial, not just to our own community, but other local governments. So both interns ended up assisting with the county's broader efforts to reduce our carbon footprint and reach carbon neutrality. And sharing a quote from Christina, she said that Andrew is extremely supportive of the work you put in, and he is willing to learn along with you. In the end, he wants you to have a great experience, even though the job might not always be the most fun thing in the world. I hope my next boss or supervisor will be as supportive as he was throughout my internship. And so in closing, before I pass it off to Zoe, I think to fully convey what our young people take away from these opportunities and internships would take me a lot longer than the short amount of time we have together. But I do hope that I've been able to sort of, in a nutshell, share a little bit about both the quality of these internships, how much they mean to both the interns and the supervisor, but also how grateful we are as SummerWorks to have the support of so many professionals in our community who are committed to developing the next generation of our workforce. So I'm going to pass it off to Zoe, and I would just like to say, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to all of you, and especially our employers. We really can't do the work that we do without you.
All right, Lexi, you can go ahead to the next slide. So mentor recognition. Ellen, I actually have a quote for you if you can hold on for 2 minutes. But at the risk of sounding insincere or disingenuous from repetition, I just really want to reiterate what everyone has said so far about the fact that this program literally could not have happened without the generosity of all of the employers, mentors, and speakers who have volunteered their time with SummerWorks. Especially during a time of uncertainty, stress, and many other things, your willingness to contribute just really speaks to the character of every professional who has participated in our programming this summer. 76 individuals mentored a participant, some two, this summer. And math is not my strongest subject, but I believe that you all totaled at least 350 hours of mentorship meetings alone this summer. But the number is actually likely much higher than that because many of you met longer than 30 minutes each week with your mentee. So let's definitely take a moment to acknowledge all of the 2020 SummerWorks mentors. Feel free to throw up a reaction or drop something in the chat that celebrates them. You can go ahead to the next slide, Lexi. So these are some of the names of our wonderful mentors. Thank you so much to all of you. There are a couple pages here because we had so many mentors. You can go to the next one, Lexi. Just the number of names is just, it's so astounding, and you all are just amazing. So thank you so much for being involved. Go ahead, Lexi. Perfect. Yeah, again, it's 76. So let's go to that next slide, Lexi. So advice from mentors and just the value that you all have contributed. So I could blather on about the importance of mentors, but the voices that really matter are those of the participants. So although I wish I could read every single positive thing that they had to say about you all, here are a few quotes that really demonstrate the key role of the 2020 mentors. So I don't know if you're able to stay, Ellen, but Aminata said of her mentors, Ellen and Trisha have really helped me step into many different aspects of my life and expand my networking with people they reached out to. They've really impacted my life, and I'm so grateful of being their mentee for the summer, and hopefully we'll stay in contact even afterwards. Here's a direct quote. Gabriella is my Yoda regarding time management tips and advice for good professional habits. And finally, of her mentors, one participant said, Mike and Pardeep definitely taught me things and gave me different views on things that I did not have, that my parents never would have been able to tell me because I am a first-generation college student. I think this quote really highlights the crucial role that mentors play in our lives. Mentors are trusted advisors, coaches, and supporters. They're there to provide new perspectives and guide us when we aren't quite sure where to go. So again, thank you so much to all of the SummerWorks 2020 mentors. You all have made a great difference this summer, probably more than you realize. All right, yeah, let's go to the next one, Lexi. So, Career Sneak Peek Week. So, this is a picture of our wonderful partner, Amy Sell. She unfortunately was not able to be here tonight, but she was the brains and much of the brawn behind Career Sneak Peek Week. So basically, in the past, we have done some form of kind of job shadowing. Different professionals from the community have kind of mentored youth participants for a day. And so this year, Amy came up with this great idea to kind of make it virtual, make it more accessible, things like that. So again, let's honor these speakers now. Go ahead, Lexi. So here are the names of all of the professionals who generously conducted virtual job shadow opportunities and met with participants about their career paths virtually. So one of Jordan's and my favorite phrases is, you can't be what you can't see. So again, I just want to say thank you to the Career Sneak Peek Week speakers for increasing visibility of their professions and for opening up our participants' eyes to new possibilities. So please feel free to throw up a reaction, drop something in the chat, celebrate our CSPW speakers. Thank you to everyone on this list. I hope you all know how important your the hour or so of your time was, because I'm sure that it was actually more than that because you had to prepare. So really appreciate it. All right. So with all of the uncertainty this summer, just thank you again to the Career Sneak Peek Week speakers, to the mentors, to the employers. Thank you so much for helping us turn lemons into lemonade. We really couldn't have done it without you. And just for all of these different groups, let's keep throwing up those reactions, saying thank you, showing that gratitude. So thank you so much. Now I'm going to go ahead and hand it back to Dallas, and he is going to announce the Youth Participation Award winners and the top performing team in terms of participation during professional development.
All right, all right. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Peg. Matter of fact, let's go and do what we know how to do. Give them some reactions, thumbs up, hand claps, all the way around, everybody. Let's thank them, thank them, thank them. Again, so much time and effort has been put into all of this. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And did I say thank you? Hey. Okay. Let's see here. All righty. Jesus, excuse me. Yeah. Youth Participation Award winners and wrap ups. So we have our participation winners. I gotta say, I gotta be really honest with you guys. I'm a little bit heartbroken here. Just ever so slightly heartbroken. And you'll understand in a moment. You know what? I'm gonna even do them a solid. You know, you guys know I like to entertain. So the winner of the overall team, I hate to say it, but it's the Co-Ballers. So everybody go ahead and give Dave and everyone in Dave's group all of the participation, all of the hard work, the deliverables, everything that Dave had going on, that we had going on. I'm heartbroken because I was right there. I was there. I know I was. But I'm not a sore loser. I got you, Dave. I got you. So, I do have I guess this is a bit of a win for me as well, though, because as we go on to the individual awards, right? We've got Bree. Bree is one of our winners, and yes, Bree is on my team. Thank you, thank you. We also have Allison. We also have Brandon. We also have Ario. And last but not least, we have Aminata. You guys did what you had to do. Wait a minute. Aminata and Brandon were both on my success team. No big deal, though. Dave Cobell. You just don't stop, do you, Dave? So one more time, we want to thank all of our participation, not only in the program, but just for being great humans. Thank you for being great humans. Real quick, as we were kind of getting everything together, we, there we go, kind of had some superlatives going on, right? So we put some time in and just kind of wrote up some things and some. So I'm gonna just kind of go down my list real quick, just so you know we can have some time for discussion. I see that. Seems like the Wi-Fi was messing up a little bit here, but hopefully we got it together. So we have Abdullah, the unsung hero of the Pandemic Award. We've got Andrew James, not Monroe. Most likely to coach in the Super Bowl someday. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Got Salisa, most likely to find some extra money for your tax return. Can I be next? Christina, Mother Nature. She was one of mine because she likes to do stuff outside. So why not, right? We got Devin, Little Miss Sunshine. I can always count on Devin to just make me smile somehow. She's awesome. Dora James, most likely to be the most influential psychologist ever. That sounds kind of scary because, you know, digging in my head and got me crying, laying on the long couch. You know how that goes. Let me see where to go. Moria, best taste in Netflix shows. Let's message after this because I'm working on my next lineup now. I need that. Fawn, and we're gonna go with Josette. I'm gonna jump the line. Sister. I've been telling this story for a little while. Same last name, they look similar. But you know, I had to go ahead and ask. I'm like, what's the relation? Because this is just too crazy. I thought y'all were the same person, but you're not the same person. I've got both of you. Tell me what it is. And then they revealed it to me. So that was cool. And we've got Hunter, most likely to help people regardless of where you end up. That's awesome. Quite the humanitarian there. Ibn, champ. There it is. I told you. Full circle. Ibn, champ, most likely to build a car, play basketball, and babysit all in one day. If that's not the definition of a hustler, I don't know what is, right? Jamie, most likely to discover and deliver a cure for cancer to all who need it. I'll be giving out Jamie's phone number and email address when this is all over, just to keep in our back pockets because of our family and we need them, right? Just in case. Jordan, Mr. Multitasker, because every time, at least I talk to Jordan, he's building a house one moment, he's NASCAR driving another moment, and then he's back laying on the couch the third moment. Let's see, Mari, activism MVP. Yes. Marlena, most likely to become a gemologist and work with a super valuable rare stone, which is probably the one thing that my outfit is missing. We will talk about that later. May, best audio visual specialist. We got to work on my angles. We got to get this. Safa, most likely to own a business that employs a summer works participant. That means she will be back, right? She will be back. She will return, and she's going to be on the other side of this thing, giving her experience is going to be awesome. And let me see. Sadatu is next. There we go. Most likely to handle business figuratively and literally. I'm going to stay on Sadatu's good side. I don't want no issues. I don't want no smoke. I don't want any problems. Please, please. And last but not least, Tyler, most likely to be CEO of Apple. I'm going to buy my stock now. Go ahead, do what you need to do because I'm trying to retire. Nah, I'm not retiring yet. I'm just joking. But thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. I mean, if there's any last remarks, if anyone wants to kind of give any regards, any special messages, congratulations to the co-ballers again. I gotta give it up. I had to say that because I mean, I thought I was in there. This is a surprise to me. I'm reading these things off and I just surprised myself. You know what I'm saying? But if anybody has anything to say, here we are, folks. This is the end of our summer. You all did great. Everyone did fantastic. And as I've been saying 100 million times, thank you.